Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you for coming to today's service, despite the rain, although it's not raining now, but thank you to the rain because we need it here in San Diego. Welcome to today's service. We will begin with silent meditation led by Smitty Sensei.
Kansho. When ignorant and wise, even grave offenders and slanders of the Dharma, all alike turn about and enter Shinjin, they are like waters that on entering the ocean become one in taste with it. Namo Maribeth, Namo Maribeth, Namandab, 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 Namandab.
Please turn to page 35 of your purple service book, and please join Smitty Sensei in chanting Jusege.
Gagoncho segan hishimu jodo shigan fumanzok sefujo shogak ga omuryoko fuidai seshu Fusai shobingu sehujo shogak gashi jobundo myosho chojipo kukyo mishomon sehujo shogak Ryokujin shonen joe shubongyo shigumu jodo isho tenin shi jinriki endaiko fusho musaido Shoujo san kumyo kosai shuyakunan kai hichi egen meshi konmo an heisoku sho akudo tsudaten zen shumon Koso jo manzok ioro jippo nichigaten chujuki tenko onpugen ishukai hozo kose kudoku ho Jo dai shuchu seppo shishiku kuyo isai but gusoku shutoku hon gane shinjo man toku isangai o Nyobuten mugechi tsudaten mihu sho gangaku erik toshi sai shoson shiganya koka daisen okando koku shotenin to kudoku byodo seisai dohoten bodai shin ojo an rako. Gasho namanda 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 namanda.
In your service books, you will also find an insert, and we will now recite our pledge. And please join me. This was written by Senyo Shonin, our current Gomonshu. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. We will now have a Dharma School message that will be delivered by Bill Teague, our Certified Minister's Assistant.
Thank you, Reverend Laverne. Thanks, everyone, for showing. It's nice to see so many people here today. It is a beautiful day. We get to see sunshine and rain, sort of an encapsulation of our lives. Today, I wanted to talk to Dharma School students. I'm going to ask you a question first, and then I warn you later on I'm going to ask you to come forward. But it's not embarrassing. It's not a test or anything. So what do you say if one of your friends asks you, do Buddhists pray? What's the answer? Some of us would say no, because praying suggests that you're asking for something. And there's a standard answer that folks like to offer, and that's that we're expressing our gratitude. But it's very prayerful. I mean, it looks like prayer, huh? You got your hands together, just like images from other religions, not just Christianity, but other religions do something similar. So it looks like prayer, but we're actually expressing our thanks. We're expressing our thanks to the Buddha, whose teachings we try to follow every day. We're expressing our thanks to having a life in this world. We're expressing our thanks to our parents, to all those who contributed to our lives. But there's another answer, too. You're also expressing your intent. So while we don't in Buddhism ask for something, we can declare our hopes, our wishes. So one of the greatest readings we ever do in this temple, I believe, is the Golden Chain. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts. I will say pure and beautiful words. I will do pure and beautiful deeds. We're not saying, please help me say or think pure and beautiful thoughts, etc. We're saying, I will. Or in an earlier translation or a different version of the Golden Chain, it reads, I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts. I will try to say pure and beautiful words. Some people think that that weakens the intent, but not at all, because when you say I will, It means to your best ability, you're going to get plenty of chances to do better and better. I wish you all a long, happy life in which you have more chances to do better and better. But the real reason I'm up here is to go ahead and tell you about a wonderful sutra. You guys are so good at chanting these sutras in Japanese. It's beautiful. And in your Dharma school classes, and the Reverend Smitty, Reverend Laverne will explain a little bit about those sutras from time to time. They link us to Buddha. They link us to Shinran Shonin, the founder of this sect. So it's wonderful to chant them in Japanese. But there's an English one we do. It's real easy. And that's why I'm going to ask you to come forward now to help me with it, okay? So all ages of Dharma school kids, young and old, please come forward. So I'm going to use a single mic. It's actually easier for us. So come on forward and first face me. So first, you guys know which sutra I'm talking about. It's in our Dharma books, it's in our Gatha books. It's the Metta Sutta, or the Loving Kindness Sutra. Sometimes they use the word Metta Sutta to describe it, sutta being a Pali word very close to the Sanskrit word sutra, so that's all good. So now bring the line over and face me in a line like this. And if I hold the mic here, I can hear you. So if I start chanting the Metta Sutta, you'll recognize it right away. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. So when I sing it, I step on the last couple of words and slow it down. But I'd like to try it today with all you guys, call and response. So you don't have to memorize anything, but if I sing those 3 lines, do you think you can sing them back to me? Okay. I want to hear you, so you don't have to be too shy. No right or wrong here. So I'll sing and you repeat. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. So the reason that I want to use that is because that's our intent. We wish people well. We want them to be happy. We're not interfering with them. We're not mean-spirited. We're open-spirited. So we're now going to go ahead and let me have you repeat after me. We'll skip to the next verse, in which it's, may I be happy and well. Okay, so I'll sing that and ask you to repeat. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. Please repeat. Try it. That's so beautiful. I'm not sure everybody in the Onajin can, in the Gaijin can go ahead and appreciate that and hear it. But now I think maybe it'll be better for me and maybe better for you if I just do one line at a time, okay? So let's try this, and now I'm going to talk about your family, okay? So one line at a time, please listen and repeat. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Oh, that's great. We're going to try one more time. Now we'll move on to friends. Very easy to wish your friends well. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Okay, we're going to do one more. Your teachers, like Dharma school teachers, but teachers at school, and anybody we learned from. So we're going to wish them well too, okay? More intent. So one verse at a time. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. So I want the rest of the Sangha to be able to see you and hear you now. So I'm going to ask you to turn around, and we'll do it for just 2 more verses, 3 more verses, maybe 2, maybe 3. So we're going to go ahead now and talk about strangers, people we don't know. We haven't met, we have no personal ties to them, but we're going to express our intent in this way. So let me chant, and please repeat each line. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. So here's where it gets really deep, because we're going to wish the same thing for our enemies, known and unknown. People who've treated us badly, or people who look down on us. We're going to free ourselves from that by chanting our intent to wish them well. You know, the Dalai Lama has nothing directly to do with Jodo Shinshu or most Buddhist sects, but we all like him because he's a good ambassador for Buddhism. And in his meditations, he spends at least an hour a day wishing all of his enemies well. He's in a political situation. China doesn't like his influence over Tibet. And yet, that's what he does every morning as part of his spiritual activities. So this is powerful. Let's try this one. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. And now we're going to come full circle. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Oh, that was so beautiful. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, Dharma School students. Please return to your seats. So the short summary of this Dharma talk is just that intent matters. We're never going to be perfect. I think that's why at one point in the Golden Chain, one version says, I will try. But even saying, I will, that's our intent. And by expressing our intent on a regular basis, it may allow us to fulfill that intent. So at the beginning, I thanked you for coming and talked about the day being so pretty, and hoping, my intent is that you have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill, for your Dharma message, and thank you to the Dharma School students who so bravely came up and helped him in his Dharma talk. We will now sing the Gatha, say Namo Amida Butsu, and that can be found on page 133 of your Purple Service books. You may be seated. We're going to start a choir here, and Norman's going to lead it. So we can practice some songs that we don't sing very often, but it was lovely to hear that song. Now it's time for announcements. So here comes Luann with an announcement.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to see so many people here today. I just wanted to remind everyone that today is the last day to put your theme for the 100-year anniversary for the Buddhist Temple, San Diego. It seems so far away in 2026, but you know how fast time is going. It's already March, right? It's going to be April. So we need to really step on this and get it going. And so we have this box downstairs. So please fill out this paper, and it'll be downstairs also. And I'm thinking for the prize will be $100 worth of gift cards, since it's a 100-year anniversary. So, so please, if you put your thinking caps on, and if you can't think of anything in the middle of the night, you think of something tonight, email me or call me and let me know, and we can put it in, okay? So actually, we'll have our meeting on Wednesday. So if you have, we'll give you some time till Wednesday if you think of something during the week, okay? So we hope you can think of a theme for our logo that we have already. So thank you.
Hello, the Junior YBA is having their annual Abon t-shirt fundraiser. We are taking orders until March 31st, so you have this Sunday and next Sunday, and they're $20, and they help support the Junior YBA, and this year it will help San Diego host conference. And the design was made by a very familiar Cassidy Moroka. And it's really cute, and it's a newspaper design with like cats, and it'll have all the dates of the Southern District Obons. And you can find the order sheet in the hospitality room, or you can see me. Thank you.
Good morning. I just want to remind everybody about the camping trip. I'm sorry I did not get the info out, but it will be out by tomorrow. We are going to Mount Laguna on April 19th through April 21st. And again, we'll get that the sign-up sheet out tomorrow. Thank you.
You want to do the box? Here.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want
can-
you to. Here.
The Little Kids Can Do Big Things donation drive continues this week and through the rest of the month. The pre-K through third grade class is accepting word search, puzzles, crossword books, markers, crayons, board games, and coloring books, all in new condition. We have a box that is located in front of the office for you to drop off your donation, which will go to the Ronald McDonald House. If you have any questions about our event, please see Gray Yornikura.
You okay? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm from the BWA, and we still have, I think, 16 tickets left for our tea. So it's going fast. It's May the 4th. It starts from 11:30 to 2 o'clock, and we're going to have a hat contest and a raffle, and we're going to have entertainment. And it's going to be a lot of fun and lots of good food. It's going to be most of the food is going to be made by the BWA ladies. So come and join us. Tickets are $35 per person. So before they sell out, please join us. The registration is online at the BTSD website. So please join us. Oh, it's a benefit for the Lahaina Temple, the Lahaina Mission Honganji Temple. Proceeds will all go to them, so please join us to support the temple.
Good morning. I want to thank everyone who donated food for the Neighbor Helping Neighbor Interfaith Food Drive. The San Diego Food Bank will be giving us numbers later in the week, but we appreciate everybody's donation. If you still have items that you'd like to donate, that'd be great. I don't mind making a trip up to the warehouse and dropping them off. They really appreciate any donation that they receive. The other announcement is we're going to be decorating the Hanamido, the flower altar for our Hanamatsuri service, and we'll be decorating on April 6th at 1 p.m. We welcome anyone who wants to come out to help us, and also we are are accepting your kind donations of either flowers or monetary donations to the purchase of flowers. And let's see, lastly, next week we're going to be having a little activity where we're going to be creating cards for our well care committee to give to our Sangha friends that might need a pick-me-up. So that's what Dharma School will be doing during our class service, and then afterwards we're going to be having an activity for the kids. Thank you.
All right, morning everyone. In 2 weeks, so the day after we have our Hanamido decoration, it will be a Hanamatsuri, and after the service on Hanamatsuri, the temple is going to have its second annual Tostada Bingo Fiesta fundraiser. It is fun for the entire family, so even the kids as well. It's going to be after the service, beginning at about 12 o'clock p.m. in the annex. Children 12 and under will be for $5, and then children 13 years old and up, and that includes the adults, will be $12. The last day to order your package, that includes both tostada and 5 games of bingo, is on a Thursday of this week, March 28th. So this is the last Sunday to do that before the registration RSVP deadline. And we're also taking donations for bingo prizes as well. Remember, when you're, for these prizes this year, think about for all ages, since this event is for the entire family. Thank you. One more thing is that the proceeds for this event, they go towards the Hompa Hunganji Mission of Hawaii, the Maui Wildfire Relief Fund. Thank you.
Wow, there's a lot of things going on. Before we dismiss the Dharma School students, I would like to, first of all, introduce some very special guests this morning. They are from Ichimi. There will be an Ichimi presentation after the service. And so if you could stand up, I'm going to hope I'm getting your names right. Bern and Marie and Lauren. So please welcome them. They made the trip. I don't know, maybe it was an hour and a half, 2 hours. Hopefully it wasn't raining. 3 hours? Oh, 2, okay. And then I just want to welcome back. I noticed that Valentin is back, and he was on TDY, and so it's really nice to see him here today. And then, do we have any first-time visitors to the temple? If you are a first-time visitor, would you stand up, please, and just say your name out loud? Hi, Mio. Elizabeth, welcome to the temple. Okay, so please join me in Gassho just before we dismiss the students to Dharma School. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. So Dharma School students are welcome to come up and Gassho, and then you may go to your classes, and staff too. Thank you for coming today. It's nice to see your faces. Thank you, Dharma School students. Okay. It's always wonderful to have the children. It's part of the service in the morning. I really enjoy them. Next, Reverend Smitty will lead us in the Vandana and Tisarana, which can be found on page 96. And if you will join her from the very beginning where it says leader, that would be great. Thank you.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Kie Butsu. Namo Kie Ho. Namo Kie So. Gasho. Namandab, 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 namandab.
Next, we will hear a Dharma message delivered by Reverend Smitty.
Before I start, I would like to, in particular, say thanks to Trishia for playing a song that we have not sung here in a while, and I haven't heard at other temples in a bit either. So I appreciate it. It's a beautiful gatha, and very glad to be able to expand our repertoire some. And thanks to Laverne Sensei for chairing the service today. I know it's not her usual duty, but she stepped up and is helping guide us through what we're supposed to be doing. So if you'd kindly join me in Gasho. In reflecting on the great ocean of Shinjin, the heart and mind of the Buddha, I realize that there is no discrimination between noble and humble, or black-robed monks and white-clothed laity, no differentiation between man and woman, old and young. The amount of evil one has committed is not considered. The duration of any performance of religious practice is of no concern. It is a matter of neither practice nor good acts, neither sudden attainment nor gradual attainment, neither meditative practice nor non-meditative practice, neither right contemplation nor wrong contemplation, neither thought nor no thought, neither daily life nor moment of death, neither many calling nor once calling. It is simply Shinjin that is inconceivable, inexplicable, and indescribable. It is like the medicine that eradicates all poisons, The medicine of the Tathagata's vow destroys the poisons of our foolishness. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandab, Namandab, Namandab. So, good morning to everybody. The passage I just read comes from Kyogyo Shinsho, chapter on Shinjin, in which Shinran Shonin describes how we're viewed in the eyes of the Buddha of infinite light and life. And in essence, it tells us that enlightenment doesn't discriminate. Discrimination is within the purview of the unenlightened. And wisdom and compassion is accepting and doesn't abandon. But rejection and abandonment are within the purview of the greedy, hateful, and ignorant beings, those susceptible to the three poisons. And I realize that Shinran Shonin doesn't explicitly include LGBTQ plus people in this passage. I don't think that was a term in his days. And he doesn't acknowledge those who are gender non-binary if we consider his reference to man and woman. But as we consider the passage, if we read it with our modern sensibilities, we realize that Master Shinran is saying that all beings are equal in the eyes of the Buddha. It's we who are Bonbu, we who are unenlightened, we who are ordinary beings that discriminate against each other with our deluded and unenlightened minds. Through the eyes of enlightenment, none are discriminated against and none are rejected. You know, driving here from home, first I head west on the 8 and then south, and as I was heading west, it was coming in and out of showers this morning, and there was a absolutely beautiful double rainbow toward the beaches. And I said, maybe that's why I got up this morning. Just for the opportunity to see that, the light reflecting and refracting. We talk about not discriminating and accepting others, but for some, and perhaps even many who identify as LGBTQ+, being accepted just as we are without the possibility of being rejected or abandoned can be a very powerful but elusive feeling. And as a member of the LGBTQ+ community, I know many who have experienced rejection, discrimination, and abandonment. And it can be very painful to experience discrimination or rejection when you come out, when you reveal, who you really are, and when you acknowledge your authentic self. And unfortunately, this rejection often comes from those we're closest to, our friends, our coworkers, and our family members. And we can even be abandoned by our religious leaders and Sangha members, the same ones who claim to welcome all people to their temple or church. Because there's times when that's welcome to all people except for those who identify as gay or queer or trans or non-binary. But encountering a teaching that tells us that we're all embraced without discrimination and without exception by the compassion of Amida and never forsaken or abandoned is so very powerful. And the incomparable vow of Amida Buddha is for all beings. Jodo Shinshu doctrine doesn't discriminate, doesn't reject some of us and accept others. But can the same be said of our ministers and our temple leaders, our Sangha, and ourselves? Are we welcoming? Are we open and accepting? Do we foster a safe and inviting space for everyone? I know that Amida Buddha reaches out and embraces all beings, just as we are, but do we, as a Sangha, truly do the same? And it might be easy for some to dismiss this type of discrimination as a non-issue by claiming that our doctrine is one of non-discrimination. But do we really mirror this doctrine in how we treat each other? In the short film, A Profound Silence, which is going to be presented here today following this morning's service. Reverend Johnny Ohara of the Gardena Buddhist Church shares some thoughts on discrimination against and acceptance of LGBTQ+ community in our Jodo Shinshu temples. And in the film, Reverend Ohara says, for the most part, it tends to just be brushed aside as an issue, and often is concluded by saying things like, there's no doctrinal basis for prejudice on this, and therefore it does not exist. This discrimination does not exist. Unfortunately, that's not true. This has especially been true with the LGBTQ community. And although we have identified this particular population, it's basically made up of our kids, our uncles, our parents, our family. So we've basically been discriminating against our own families. And if we do that, it's not likely that we're going to be able to share the message of Jodo Shinshu to anyone, because we're truly keeping it from ourselves. I think Reverend Uehara is saying that discussing or addressing the LGBTQ+ community with our temples is sidestepped by many. And it's easier to ignore or pretend that it's not an issue, so it just doesn't exist. And some might say our doctrine doesn't discriminate, therefore we, and our Sangha, don't discriminate. But the truth of non-discrimination doesn't automatically transfer from our doctrine to ourselves. If Jodo Shinshu is about becoming our authentic selves, how can we deny others that opportunity to do the same? So I think I've shared the following story before. If you remember it, you can go to sleep for the next 2 minutes. If not, I think it bears repeating. About a decade ago, Reverend Kiyonobu Kuwahara of the Jodo Shinshu International Office in the Berkeley Buddhist Temple questioned whether his Sangha and the BCA as a whole was inclusive of those who identify as LGBTQ+. And Reverend Kuwahara said, the membership of the Buddhist Churches of America is primarily composed of Japanese Americans. Thus, historically, we have been influenced by Japanese culture and its emphasis on conformity. The LGBTQ community has not been openly accepted in Japan, although things are changing, if you've seen the news lately. I'll get to that some other time. Those who stand out are forced to adapt themselves to the norm. I knew there were a number of gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender members in the BCA. However, I was not sure if they felt accepted within the respective Sanghas, or if they were comfortable being open about their sexual orientation or gender identity in that context. Yet the Buddhist teachings are for everyone. We strive to follow the spirit of the Buddha and share the Dharma with others universally. All of our BCA temples share a common teaching of openness and inclusion. Our struggle is to ensure that each of our temples express it. Exclusion and discrimination, even in our minds, is not justifiable. That said, discriminatory attitudes may arise. At such times, we should humbly scrutinize ourselves under the light of the Dharma and sincerely receive Buddha's guidance. Only then can there be a genuine respect, enabling everyone to find a safe and welcoming place within the Buddhist community. The Sangha is where the Dharma finds its actual dynamic expression. This very dynamic that allows us to transform our ignorance into awareness of living as equals together within the Dharma. Well, Kuwahara Sensei asks, is our Sangha inclusive? Each of us should be asking in return, am I inclusive? Are we willing to look past perceived differences in order to be genuinely open and welcoming to everyone? Or are we so entrenched in our ignorance and delusions that we're only accepting of those that we perceive to be just like ourselves? No matter our differences, when viewed through the eyes of wisdom and compassion, we all have value. No matter our differences, when viewed through the eyes of wisdom and compassion, we are all included. Viewed through our own unenlightened eyes, do we see the value in others? Viewed through our own unenlightened eyes, do we include all others? Do we actively engage and embrace those who identify as members of the LGBTQ+ community? Does our temple provide a welcoming and safe space for everyone? Is our Sangha truly inclusive? I really hope you can attend this afternoon's screening of A Profound Silence and engage in the discussion with some of the members of Ichimi. And perhaps we can help each other to consider these questions and issues. Not point fingers or say, yeah, I'm accepting, but are you? We need to honestly look at ourselves and see how we react with others, how we engage with others, and whether or not we truly live the doctrine that we say or that we follow. So please join me again in Gassho. When ignorant and wise, even grave offenders and slanderers of the Dharma, all alike turn about and enter Shinjin, they are like waters that, on entering the ocean, become one in taste with it. Namo Maribeth, Namandab, 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 Namandab.
Thank you, Smitty Sensei. If you'll now turn to page 128 in your Purple Service books, we will sing as a Sangha together, Ondok-san. Please rise. Namandavits, Namandavits, Namandavits. You may be seated. We'll now have a closing meditation, a music meditation. So if you will just sit quietly and ponder the words of Smitty Sensei's that she delivered in her message today. I think that there's a message also in there of one of self-reflection. Be calm, heart of mine, and remember, Namo Amidabutsu, Namo Amidabutsu, Namo Amidabutsu, Namandabutsu, Namandabutsu. This brings us to the conclusion of today's service. Again, I would like to thank all of you for joining us this morning. There are several people that I would like to thank for today's service. First and foremost, Reverend Hokai Smitty Smith Sensei, Trishia Carinio for her music, Bill Teague for his children's Dharma message, and for actually helping to organize today's Ichimi activity after the service. I'd also like to thank Bern, Marie, and Lauren for traveling to be with us today and to share their experience and their wisdom with us this afternoon. I'd like to thank Brevin And Ken for AV. I'd like to thank our wonderful minister's assistants, Yukari Williams and Sharon Sasaki, for helping to make this service possible today. And there are a lot of people behind the scenes that make a service like this possible in San Diego, and I would like to give my gratitude to our organizations such as the BWA, such as our Dharma School, our Taiko group, and of course also to our board of directors. So please join me in our closing gassho, and after gassho you are welcome to come and do oshoko. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Thank you.